Hey guys, so we are at the community built playground. I helped build this back when I was in my senior year of high school, 18 years ago in 2003. But anyway, so we have this checkers board right here, and what people usually do is they grab a piece of that shredded tires there as a piece and use rocks. Often when I come here, I like to leave gospel tracts or nuggets of truth, just in various places. I know you can't really see much where I'm at right now. I'm kind of in the tot area right here. For this little girl right down here, say hi, Clara. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know if I caught that or not. Anyways, so I had an idea. So sometimes I like to leave a piece right here, a little nugget of truth, as one of the play pieces for checkers. But I had an idea. I'm going to go home and I'm going to paint up enough of them from one side and enough of them on the other side, a different color. It's going to be 180movie.com versus fullyfreefilms.com or whatever I decide to do. So let's get working on it. So first, before we get the rocks that we're going to use, let's see what kind of paints we have. Look at all this paint. All right, so this looks like it might be good. I was thinking of doing a yellow and orange, but you know what? There's not much in these, but there's enough in there. Man, we got lots of paint here. Going to use the Mod Podge. We're going to need that because we need to make it as weatherproof as possible. Let's go find some rocks. So a few years ago when I started doing these nuggets of truth, I bought these bags of different types of rocks. We got marble rock right here, and I don't know what this one is, river rock. So different types of stones here. And what I would do, I would find a good piece. Not all of them are good pieces, but I would rinse them off, get them all cleaned up, paint over them, and as you saw before with that 180movie.com one, write something on there with a fine tip permanent marker, or ultra fine tip I should say. But we were at the beach the other day and we collected a bunch of nice smooth flat rocks. So I'm going to pick out 24 of them. That's how many we need, right? I think it's 12 and 12 on each side. So I'll pick out that from here, and I got a bunch more elsewhere as well. So if I can't find them all right here, we'll do that and we'll paint them up. Alright, so I'm just doing one side first. I got the fan on, so then this side can dry, and then I'll do the next side once this dries up. So just like that, and I'll get to the yellow ones. There's not much left. I'm surprised that, well, the blue one has enough, apparently. Not so much sure about the yellow. When you want to hurry up and get these dry faster. So let me just show you what we have so far. I was writing down just some examples of things that I might want to use on the pizza box right here. So we got a few examples. I'm trying to give a couple of rocks to each different website, and of course I'll repeat a website as well, but I want to try to get each website for each of the colored rocks. So fullyfreefilms.com, and we write different things on the back of them, 20+ million views. My daughter did some over here. She might have seen or have written some other different things on there. TheExitMovie.com, Hope for Depression is what I've been writing on the back of some of those. UnpopularTheMovie.com, Truth That Will Rock Your World, view. Try to do that on the, let's see, Evolution versus God one right here. This will rock your world, but I have enough room for that. Again, Unpopular the Movie. I did Unpopular Truth, but still truth. So a little bit different wording on the back. Chloe, my daughter, did this one. Jesus is the Rock. Some of them are a little bit more simpler. Carrie did that one. 7reasonsmovie.com. What do you think? 500K plus views. And then for the other one down here, didn't have a whole lot of room, but I wrote, is abortion okay? Find out. 500K plus views. Now, as I mentioned before, I said I use the ultra fine tip. Now that's okay to a point, but the fine print, or the fine point, sorry, is still pretty good. We've been using mostly that one. With these, you can write more on it. However, when you apply the Mod Podge, sometimes it can kind of smear the writing just a little bit, so you want to be careful for that. So, and my daughter did that one. That was kind of cool right there. Varied up the color a little bit. I love that love thing on there. I did that on the back of one of these. I think the NeedGod.com one. I did it a little bit differently, like that. So I just got a few more. So that's just a few examples. So let's finish that up. And I forgot to give John MacArthur some love, so we only did 2 of them. one for each color stone right there. Just simple messages for your soul on the back. I also want to show off this special one real quick. I only made one of these, but 96.3 FM. That's the radio station from my old church, Calvary Chapel, Manitowoc. Messages, lots of sermons on there, verse by verse teaching, including live teachings from the pastor. But I know my phone's being blurry right now, but WTSWLP.org, you can get that to focus, come on. But WTSWLP.org, there we go. Check that out if you want to hear it. Otherwise, if you're local, 96.3 FM. So I got the Mod Podge in this bowl right here. Now, what I do is I just dab it on there, just like that. It'll clear up and you'll be able to see it. We got one more step after this. I wanted to mention also, too, that I actually did 13 of each color just to have an extra one because, you know, one might get lost. So, dab it in there and see if I can do this with one free hand. And again, it will dry up. But you want to, I dab it because if you rub it, you might smear it, especially the more fine print stuff, which I have a few of them. So I'm going to do the website side up first, and then I'll get the back later once this stuff dries. I just want to mention that maybe you don't want to have too much on there, because it would start to peel off a little bit, especially when I put that spray on. It might just kind of come off easier. So a thin layer is fine. I mean, a little bit goes a long way. I mean, if it does have some white on there, they can see that there's a little bit much. It's still okay, but don't overdo it. Okay, guys, we are at our final step. So I have all my rocks here on a piece of wax paper, ready to be sprayed by this stuff right here. There are different kinds of things you can use. I have often used this one, the triple thick crystal clear gaze, in my garage right now, and I got some proper ventilation. I got a fan right here, all the doors open, so we can get this thing as less fumey as possible. Now I'm going to hold my breath as I spray it and get out of here right away after, because I don't want this stuff harming me in the long run. So, got it all shooken up now. When I do this, I spray it just lightly, let it dry for a little bit, come back in here, maybe do another coat or two, and then when that's all dry, I'll get a new piece of wax paper, or flip this one over, whatever, and then put it on the other side, and then get the other side. So, I mean, maybe I could just hold it down, but I don't want it to be soaked, because it can still smear the writing on there sometimes. So there, get the fan on, and let's get out of here. Alright, so we are back at the park sometime later, and look, we did it. Everything is here, and I have one extra of each, just so you remember. So we are going to leave this here and hope in God's sovereignty that someone's going to see it. Maybe they'll take a picture. Maybe they'll take it home with them. Who knows what they're going to do. Maybe they'll throw it somewhere. Maybe they'll throw it out over there somewhere and somebody will eventually come across it. Who knows? But I believe in God's sovereignty and someone will come across it. All right, who's going to win? Me or Caleb? This is the epic battle. All right, is it my turn? I think it is. So what we do is when you go across, I forgot if it's called King Me or Queen Me or whatever, but I just put a leaf underneath. I was thinking maybe one of these times I can make like an actual kind of like a chess piece or checkers piece, and like one side would be like a king symbol and the other one, I don't know, I'm not a chess player, so I don't know if it's king, queen or whatever, but I can make those symbols, right? So you just have to spin it over, but I have a movie website on one of the sides. So yeah, we're just talking to a homeschool mom that my wife knows, and she was kind of checking these out. So that was pretty cool. I was over there with my daughter, my youngest one, and they were talking. She's just kind of looking at them. Oh, Caleb, you got a good move you can do right there. Go again. And say Queen Me, or King Me, or whatever it is. I don't know. I have to learn. All right. I should be scared now. Alright guys, but this is just an idea. Maybe it's something you can do, or something similar. Aha.